Hello everyone, this is Caleb Simpson here from ZeldaDungeon.net, and you are watching our video walkthrough for the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This is our guide for the Anju Kafei trading sequence, a very long and in-depth side quest that leads to some cool rewards and probably a few tears shed here and there. Now the previous video is actually a summary of this entire quest, while this one and the next 3 videos are the in-depth versions of that same guide. Now alternatively, I recommend you check out our website, which may be a little bit easier to follow along with for this particular side quest, since it has them all listed with maps, screenshots, timeframes, etc. for each of the events, so it may just be a better option to follow overall. Alright, so on day 1 at 6 a.m., as soon as you come out of the clock tower, you'll see this masked kid depositing a letter here in the post box, and then he runs off to the laundry pool in the southeastern corner of Clocktown and enters a locked door. Now, you probably noticed him before and kind of wondered about it, and the sign here over by the bridge says to ring the bell if you have business with the Curiosity Shop. My, but how curious! You can slash it with your sword to make the purple-haired youth come outside, though the first time didn't work for me, but anyway, second time worked. Once he comes outside, you can approach him, but he'll just run back into the locked door. So who is this kid, why is he wearing a mask, and why is he avoiding us? This quest is going to answer these questions and get us a ton of cool items. First up, the mayor's residence in East Clocktown opens up at 10 a.m. Gorman, the leader of the traveling troupe, also heads there right at opening, and you can witness his conversation with the creepy receptionist if you like. So we can't do anything in the mayor's office on the left at the moment, so just ignore that one and enter the door on the right to meet up with 2 new characters. You can speak with Toto, the plump little Zora manager here on the couch, but it's optional. So our real objective here is to talk with Madame Aroma, the lady here with the phantom hairdo that wiggles around all on its own. It's alive! She immediately assumes that you're someone else and hires you to find her missing son. Okay, so this mask is supposed to look like Madame Aroma's son, and while wearing it, you can speak with various people throughout town to ask about Kafei and hopefully figure out where he is. I find this thing kind of ironic because it's just like Nintendo's excuse to make Link able to actually investigate something without having to say anything. It's just a mask, it doesn't do anything, it just stands in front of people and then they're all like, oh, what do you know? And they start talking to him. Just works out perfectly for Nintendo, huh? So strangely enough, this mask looks quite suspiciously like that purple-haired kid we keep seeing on the first day. So there's probably a connection there. Optionally, as long as we're here, you can enter the door in the back and go past the curtain off to the left and read Kafei's diary. The entry here sheds a little bit of light on the situation. At around 10:55, Gorman shows up to speak with Madame Aroma. You can witness their conversation if you like, but once again, this is just another optional event that doesn't really matter. Gorm, and after this the dude runs off to the milk bar for the next few nights to drink away his troubles. Our next destination is the Stockpot Inn, the largest building here in East Clocktown. It opens at 8 a.m. each day, so you should definitely be able to get in there by now. From 10:55 to 11:30, Anju can be found in the kitchen cooking. She's the owner of the Stockpot Inn, and for some reason, if you chat with her right now, she'll idly speak to a total stranger about the history of this building and about her tenants. So much for keeping it confidential, right? At 11:30, Anju starts bringing the food to her grandmother. You can head into this room and read the diary on the table. Link sure does that a lot in this game, doesn't he? He's just reading people's diaries. It's supposed to be private, I thought, but of course, nothing can be a kept secret from the hero. The entry here proves that Anju's grandmother is in fact not senile at all and is simply playing the part to avoid eating Anju's awful cooking. So while that scene was kind of humorous, Anju then walks away looking very sad. Aww, she got her feelings hurt. Now, she takes the food upstairs to the employees-only room and stays up there for a while, so I presume she's either eating the food herself or she's filling the bowl up with tears. So anyway, at 1:50, she then returns to the check-in desk, and if you speak with her now, she'll ask you if you have a reservation. She actually asked you that earlier in the day as well if you talked with her before she started cooking, but if you spoke with her then, you'd screw up this next event and not be able to get the key for the rest of this 3-day cycle. If you talk with her anytime between 1:50 and 4:10, after she cooks and before the Goron arrives, then she'll confuse you with somebody else and give you the room upstairs. This reservation belongs to somebody different. I'm not sure why this works in this particular time frame, but I'm assuming it's because she's still upset about her grandmother and is a little flustered. This isn't required, but it does make our life a little bit easier later on, as you'll see. At 2 p.m., the postman comes to deliver a letter to Anju, and if you speak with either of them while they're standing there, you can then witness their optional conversation. So earlier in this video, we got the Kafei's mask from Madame Aroma, which lets us ask around about her missing son, Kafei. Anju is his fiancée, which you would have discovered if you used the mask to talk with various townsfolk. And the letter that she just got from the postman is from Kafei, our missing person, so she wants to help find him as well. So by speaking with her while wearing the mask after she has gotten the letter, she'll then ask you for your help. So we need to meet up with her at 11:30 so that it's after hours or whatnot. But in order to make this a little bit easier, you should get the knife room key. If you haven't already, that's the previous event that I just showed, and to do this, you simply have to speak with Anju before 4:10 without wearing the Kafei's mask in order to steal this Goron's reservation. At 8:30, the Stockpot Inn closes, and if you have the room key, then you'll be able to stay inside after she locks the door. Otherwise, if you do not have the key, she'll actually kick you outside, even though you have an appointment with her, which I think is very strange. I'm locking the door now, come back later and I won't answer the door when you knock. What? So if she does kick you out, or you were unaware of this and were outside anyway, then you come back to the door and are like, hey, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be inside, what's going on? So if this does happen to you, or you're already outside, don't worry, because I'm going to go outside myself and show you how to get in. You can speak with the sleep-talking Goron if you wish. It's kind of sad, but anyway, use the Deku Flower here to get on top of the veranda and enter through the upper door, which is not locked. From there, you can then circle around to the kitchen, and I'm just jumping over the counter to save time, but that's not required, of course. You can go the long way if you like. And from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., you can speak with Anju in the kitchen. She stays up half the night waiting for you, behind a locked door. Grumble, grumble, grumble. So she explains that she got a letter from Kafei, and she has a letter to send back. And he doesn't want to be found, and she's frightened, so she's asking you to stalk the postman and see where he delivers the letter so that you can meet up with our missing dude. That's right, people. Nintendo is encouraging you to stalk people. So before we move on, there are a few things I should mention. Now, in order for this whole trading sequence to work, you must not do two things. If you do either of them, it will screw up the following events and mess up the entire quest, so you'll have to start all over again, so don't do this. The first thing you do not want to do is give the letter to the hand here in the Stockpot Inn toilet. He wants paper and will give you a piece of heart as reward, but I did that back in Chapter 2, and I used a land title deed that we got from the business scrub in Clocktown for giving him a Moons tier, which is a much easier way to do that rather than doing the side quest. So if you give him the letter, you will have to start the side quest over again. Do not give it to him. The other thing that you cannot do is save the old woman in North Clocktown at 12 a.m. You must let Sakin steal her bomb bags. Otherwise, you will mess up the following events and have to start over again. You will not be able to get some of the prizes that are later on in this quest. So do not save the old woman. You have to let him steal her stuff. Okay, so rewind. We just got the letter from Anju, and you want to go outside and find a post box. There's at least one of them in every part of town except for the laundry pool, so they're seriously all over the place. You shouldn't have any trouble finding one. Once you do get to one, you want to stand next to it, press A to check it out, and when it prompts you, you want to use the start menu to find the letter and give it to the post box. With the letter successfully mailed, you want to play the Song of Double Time, and join me for the next video, where we will continue with Day 2 of the Anju and Kafei side quest.